Hello everyone, it's immense pleasure to be part of the Storage Developer Conference. Myself, Sheetal Kulkarni from Samsung Semiconductor India Research Bangalore, along with my colleague Maitri K, would like to present the topic Methods to Evaluate or Identify Suitable Storage for AI or IoT Application. We would like to thank SNIA India for providing this opportunity. Forward-looking statements made in this presentation are available in various technical forums. Here is the agenda for the session. Introduction to the topic, where we will discuss unstructured data and trigger points for AI or IoT applications. After that, benchmarking methods and results including IOZone and Raspberry Pi diagnostic tools results will be discussed, and later on parameters like boot time and application launch time are discussed, which are very important parameters to decide the suitable storage. Towards the end of the session, we will discuss method to emulate AI or IoT application, where we will discuss the setup and also results obtained will also be discussed. We will close the presentation with conclusion of this study. Let's jump into the topic by discussing unstructured data and AI or IoT applications. On an average, every human created at least 1.7 MB of data per second in 2020, according to some study. Storage required to process and store this data is humongous. Most of the unstructured data generated by smartphones and other portable devices. As you can see in the image in the slide, unstructured data is of different file formats, and when we process it after storing into the storage, it will become a structured data. For that, we need faster and reliable memory. So next industrial revolution is based on AI or IoT technology, and intense investment is happening in AI and IoT technology. This is the result of huge data generated every day. By 2025, 75 billion of IoT devices will be there in the market. Legacy AI or IoT devices uses cloud storage to store structured or unstructured data, but cloud storage has higher latency to fetch data from cloud and store data in cloud. Power consumed is also high when cloud storage is involved in any application. Most importantly, users have privacy concerns to store their data in the cloud. Because of all these reasons, having storage at the edge device or on smartphones looks more feasible wherever it is possible. Secondary storage of these IoT boards or smartphones will be utilized to address the issues without performance being impacted. So before implementing these IoT and AI applications, small boards will be utilized to do experiments. So boards get used to perform experiments and implement AI or IoT applications. So one such board is Raspberry Pi board, which is small and inexpensive board. Let's see why this board is more famous. As earlier mentioned, Raspberry Pi board is very small and it is inexpensive as well. As shown in the image, it supports plethora of applications. It can be connected to cloud. It can support micro SD, USB, and other storage devices. It can be connected with different sensors which are used for any application implementation. Because of all these reasons, till date 36 millions of the Raspberry Pi boards have been sold since its introduction in 2012. So we are continuing our study with keeping Raspberry Pi board as our base and micro SD card as our storage, primary storage, because of the reason that both are inexpensive and both can meet the most of the applications which are required to AI or IoT applications. So let's start with discussing IOZone results which are obtained using Raspberry Pi board latest version Raspberry Pi 4 board and different manufacturer cards, and see what should be the results to evaluate and identify proper storage for these boards. So IOZone tool generates and measures a variety of file operation. It runs under many operating system. The results obtained, which are displayed in the graph, are for 1 GB of file size and 4K of chunk size on two different manufacturer of 64 GB microSD cards when used Raspberry Pi 4 board. These results vary from board to board and card to card, and hence need to be checked before identifying card for development board. In the graph, we can see that the performance is 2.62 Mbps, 2.4 Mbps in sequential write, whereas a sequential read has 11.57 Mbps and 8.64 Mbps. So random write performance is 683 and 476 in case of write, and random read performance is 2378 IOs and 2191 IOs. You can clearly see the difference when you are using the different cards. So and hence the higher number cards has to be chosen if you want to use the micro SD card with the Raspberry Pi board for implementing any application over here. So my colleague Maitri will take you through various such other parameters that needs to be taken care while deciding on storage. Thank you.
Thank you, Shital. Let's continue the presentation with discussion on Raspberry Diagnostic Tool parameters. Raspberry board is having its in-house speed measurement tool which provides the performance of microSD card which is suitable for the Raspberry Pi board. The performance test includes measurement of sequential write, random write and random read parameters of microSD card which will be measured for 1 GB area with 4 KB chunk size, and the test results will be compared with the predefined target values. In our experiment also, we measured same with two different manufacturer microSD cards in Raspberry Pi 4 board and observed the test results are above the expected target values as shown in the graph. Sequential write target is 10 Mbps and the test results are 28 and 39 Mbps respectively. Same way, random write target is 500 IOPS and our test results are 754 and 900 IOPS respectively. Similarly, random read target is 1500 IOPS and our test results are 3421 and 3241 IOPS respectively. Going further, let me go through the parameters which needs to be considered while evaluating the suitable storage for the Raspberry boards. Boot time is the time taken by the operating system to come up after turning on the Raspberry board. Boot time is an important parameter and it will depend on the performance of the microSD card. We measured boot time on two different manufacturer microSD cards with 64 GB, 128 GB and 256 GB density microSD cards for 3 iterations in Raspberry Pi 4 board. And it is clearly evident that the average boot time of a microSD card in Raspberry board remains same, that is approximately 14 seconds on fresh microSD card, irrespective of card density as shown in the graph. Next parameter considered to evaluate the suitable storage for Raspberry board is application launch time. There are many applications are available in Raspberry and OS. Among them, we had chosen very few popular applications like LibreOffice, which is mainly used for official purpose like Excel, documentation and presentation, etc. Next is GIMP application, which is popular for image editing. And then Scratch 3 application is widely used for teaching the programming to anger generation in its fun way. Also, we selected few IDE based applications. When we verified the application launch time of this application by using two different manufacturer microSD cards, observed LibreOffice application took average of 3.23 seconds to launch. Then GIMP application took around 6.47 seconds to launch, whereas Scratch 3 application took on an average 44.81 seconds to launch the application as shown in the graph A. And few IDE based applications took within 1 to 2 seconds duration, whereas BlueJava JDE IDE application took around 9.8 seconds to launch the application in Raspbian OS as shown in this graph B. So far, we came to know about the importance of parameters which needs to be considered while evaluating the suitable storage for Raspberry boards. Going ahead, let me share the method to emulate the AI or IoT application setup and its test result. We have taken the example from one of the AI or IoT application where images or videos were continuously stored in a microSD card. So, we have emulated the same using Raspberry board. As shown in the below image, we have done an emulation setup where Raspberry Pi 4 board is connected to a system via network and that Raspberry board is booted using microSD card. Then we copied a predefined size of images and videos with different file size into two different microSD cards. That is, one microSD card for copying only images and another microSD card to copy only video files. Then emulated AI or IoT application by using microSD card after copying predefined size of data into these cards. We measured the boot time of Raspberry Pi board for multiple iterations. Through this method of emulation of AI or IoT applications where various sensors are connected and copy of images or videos to the storage connected to Raspberry boards can be measured. As per the setup discussed in previous slide, microSD card performance in Raspberry board is evaluated by measuring the boot time after copying the predefined size of data transfer like images and videos into the microSD card. Initially, measure the boot time of a microSD card in which images and videos will be copied respectively, and we observed 14.33 seconds boot time. Later, copied predefined size of images into one microSD card and video files into another microSD card respectively. Then measured the boot time of a Raspberry board where Raspberry board took approximately 24.1 seconds to boot with the images copied microSD card, whereas it took 19.3 seconds to boot with the video files copied microSD card. We repeated this sequence for multiple iterations and observed the boot time of a Raspberry board with both image and video copied microSD cards are keep on increasing after every iteration of data copy from system into microSD card as shown in the graph. So with this method, the evaluation of microSD card performance over a period of time when various applications are being used can be determined. With all these experiments, test results on microSD card storage with Raspberry Pi board, let's draw a conclusion on this study. Firstly, this study and test results provided in this paper gives the parameter details that needs to be considered while choosing the storage for my development boards like Raspberry boards. Secondly, irrespective of any density of microSD card, the boot time will vary based on the Raspberry board version. Also, boot time and application launch time are the important parameters to check how storage is performing when microSD card being used continuously. As a future enhancement, if USB port is used as a storage for Raspberry board, it can perform better. Also, latest Raspberry boards allow user to boot from NVMe device, but the cost of solution will go up and also power consumed by the device are at higher side. So at last, boards Raspberry boards can also implement SD Express solution with necessary modification which is easier to implement to meet the needs of the memory hunger and higher performance applications. For any queries, please reach out to the mail ID shown in the slide. Finally, we would like to thank SNIA India for providing this great opportunity. Thank you all.